Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Isabella Banks YouTube channel. I apologize for being late. Oh my goodness, the amount of last minute things that can suddenly crop up when you're about to go live is unbelievable. But we're here now and we are going to take this show away. Welcome, welcome, welcome for everyone who has waited for me. Thank you so much for waiting. I'm your host, Wheezy, back like a royal scandal that no one asked for, but we are all watching anyway. This is just like what's happening with Harry and Meghan, the scandals that they find themselves involved with because they never really caught these controversies. They just suddenly find themselves involved in a scandal that they didn't ask for. It's unbelievable. Now, you know things are getting spicy when even the international media are just like fed up with the British tabloids. They are just like, you guys are lying again, right? And I love to see it. I love to see it. The British tabloids are getting fact checked in real time. I'm not just corrected. There is dragging, sort of like when Kate's scandal with the photographs began, or when she was missing, and make everyone was making fun. It is getting to that level. I don't know how long it will last. I don't know what kind of deal they will make, but yeah, it is amazing the kind of turnaround that we are seeing. I don't know whether it is intentional in terms of the fact that it's artificially being created in order to give the appearance of media reporting that is balanced. But oh my God, what am I talking about? What am I going on and on about? Why am I so excited? Well, honey, it's because it is because what happened was oh dear. What happened was the Sun newspaper tried to pull another Royal Feud exclusive. This time, Brooklyn Beckham of the David Beckham family and his wife Nicola Peltz had dinner at Harry and Meghan's house, allegedly, maybe not really, because none of us really know. We just know that a a piece of news was being put out and now it's being refuted all over the world. But what actually happened, we don't know the details. However, what I can tell you is that the Sun said it was like a secret therapy dinner. You know, like two women scorned or two scorned women plotting against their powerful royal in laws, like it's an episode of Real Housewives of Montecito. And the Sun wanted us to believe that we were supposed to imagine them lighting candles, sipping tea, and saying, Girl, I told Harry to block his family too. Meanwhile, it turns out that it was a group dinner. It was an 18-person group dinner, not even directly hosted by Harry and Meghan, and it happens before Brooklyn skipped his dad's 50th birthday bash, meaning the Sun was serving fiction flambe as per usual. Some people will say, why do you even take them seriously? Because they're a tabloid. Because this is the newspaper that 85% of the British population read. And so they have a very far reach. And their newspaper is cheap as dirt. I think it's like 35p um, of the pound. So literally everyone can afford it. And then they are able to circulate this piece of trash news, no matter how untrue it is, across the nation. And although that people know that the Sun uh, dish their news with a heavy side of false news, but still they manage to convince a majority of the population. And so this is the reason I think that they got called out. And because the Daily Beast and the London Standard, the London Evening Standard, calls the sun out. That never happens. That hardly ever happens unless it's something big, something international, or about a big time celebrity. I would say that the Beckons are a big time celebrity, but they're used to people talking trash about them. According to the British tabloids, David and Victoria's marriage has crashed a long time ago. They keep saying that David Beckham is having an affair with one person or the other. And to be honest, until I found myself following this situation with Harry and Meghan, I believed it as well. Anyway, so the Daily Beast, yes, that Daily Beast, that one that usually writes as though they have a personal beef with Meghan, they actually came swinging at the Sun for exaggerating the whole thing. And I'm going to share excerpts of the article with you. Like, I was shocked. I have never seen this happen, or I haven't seen it happen since the issue with Kate's um, photograph. Uh, um, I mean, what changed? This is what I was thinking about. Was like, what changed? Did the check not clear? Did somebody forget to wire the check from the Royal PR machine this week? I don't understand. I'm not getting too excited about it. It's kind of curious though about the reason why the Daily Beast completely aired the Sun out. This is like two newspapers fighting, one completely embarrassing the other. I'll just read you an excerpt from the article so that you can see what I mean. So the article says just when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry might have thought that they had navigated enough family drama, they've found themselves entangled in yet another highly publicized feud, this time involving the Beckhams. For Brooklyn Beckham, that is, the son of English born soccer player David and his wife Victoria, the designer formerly known as Posh Spice, and his wife, Nicola Peltz, daughter of billionaire MAGA investor Nelson Peltz. This is by the wayside. Did you guys know that Brooklyn's was married to the daughter of someone who invested in Trump? Anyway, the daughter of billionaire MAGA investor Nelson Peltz, credited and blamed for introducing Elon Musk to the president, have fallen out in dramatic style with the rest of the Beckham clan. The UK tabloids, who essentially regard the Beckhams as the next best thing to royals themselves, have seized this story gleefully, drawing parallels between the Beckham and the Sussex family feud. They said, see, for example, star columnist Liz Jones in the Daily Mail said Meghan and Nicola are ruthless troublemakers who have ripped weak man children, Harry and Brooklyn, from their families. Matters came to a head last weekend when Brooklyn and Nicola snubbed David's 50th birthday celebration, juicing afresh the long standing rumors of a bitter rift between Brooklyn's wife Nicola and her in laws, with reports suggesting Nicola and Victoria Beckham have clashed repeatedly since Nicola married into the family in April 2022. One source of conflict apparently is that Nicola regularly reminds Victoria that she is old and Victoria is 51 years old. I don't know whether that means that she actually says it to Victoria that you are old, or just by her youthful appearance, she reminds Victoria that she's old. If it is the former, then Nicola is wrong for that. How can you say to somebody you're old? But if it is just because she is young and that makes Victoria look and feel old, and then that causes a big enough clash between her and her daughter-in-law, she is completely wrong for that. Anyway, it continues, and this is the interesting bit. They said the comparison to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's rift is unavoidable. I'll say that again. The comparison to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's rift is unavoidable. A high profile son, beloved by the public, marrying a woman scapegoated by some as difficult. Estrangement from immediate family ensues. But this is the thing that they're not getting. Nicola, Brooklyn Beckham, and his father and mother and children or and siblings, sorry, so Brooklyn Beckham, his father, his mother, and his siblings, they are no longer immediate family to Brooklyn. He is married now, so his immediate family is him and his wife, and if they have children, his own children. Anyway, as misogynistic and subjective as a narrative painting the women as the catalyst for discord may be, one can well imagine the delight of editors at The Sun when they landed a story this week saying that Brooklyn and Nicola had been to dinner at home with Harry and Meghan. The Sun wasted no time characterizing the dinner as a summit at which the two women offered each other comfort and support. It subsequently turned out that this was pushing things a bit. In fact, the dinner, far from being a four-way tete-a-tete for scorned sons and their wives, it was an 18-person event. And sources close to Harry and Meghan briefed People magazine that A, Brooklyn and Nicola weren't invited directly by Harry and Meghan, and B, that the dinner took place before Brooklyn's absence at David's birthday. And this is the article written by Liz Jones of the Poisonous Pen, Daily Mail, where she said Meghan and Nicola are ruthless troublemakers who have ripped weak man children from their families. So I have a question for white British people because I know it's not the same. It's um, for the black women. We expect our men, our male children to grow up, leave the home, and live independent lives. Yes, the mothers can be overbearing, but we don't infantilize our men, even the male children's amongst them. Do they not expect the children to grow up and have their own lives and have agency? Because the way they are treating Brooklyn Beckham, you would think that he's a 5 year old being taken away from his family by this evil, beautiful American woman. And then let's talk about this Daily Mail columnist, Liz Jones, who said that Meghan and Nicola are ruthless troublemakers. That's a real quote. As I said, let's get this straight. Grown married men choosing their wives over their mama, that makes them man children. Is that what we are calling healthy boundaries in 2025 now? Like, what are they expecting to happen? That he would marry a woman, promise till death do us part, and then dump her because the parents have a problem with her. I don't know where that kind of mentality comes from, but there's obviously somebody who is sick in the head thinking about these narratives. These aren't arranged marriages in Westeros. This is 2025. You get married, you prioritize your nuclear family. That's not ripping, that's maturing. Liz Jones, I'm talking to you. That's maturing. Maybe you will not allow your male children to grow up. But in modern day 2025, not in the cult that you were in that makes you think that the male children don't have a right to grow up and develop their own agency. In 2020, in modern 2025, children grow up, they can disagree with their parents and eventually become the parents to their own parents. That's how it works. So this idea that the marriage that the media is trying to propagate, trying to infantilize the children of wealthy parents. I don't know where they're getting that from. No wonder the children behave like they're sick in the head. Look at William. He still can't figure out whether he's coming or going. Still trying to stretch his three strands of hair across from one side of the head to the other side when he should know better at his age. Anyway, before we continue, if this is your first time here, welcome, 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 welcome. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would absolutely love to hear from you. The comment section is usually more lit than the live streams, I have found. The kind of comments that I get. Sometimes I spend 2 or 3 hours after my live streams just responding to the comments because all the tea comes in the comment section. So if you haven't visited before, or if you are visiting for the first time, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to leave your comments. Comments are always welcome. Uh, we are on a mission to reach 10K subs. We're almost at 6K, and I'm so excited to reach it. What I want to do is ask you guys for a favor. If you have been listening to me for a while and you're not sure whether you have subscribed, can you take a moment as you're listening to me now to check whether you have actually subscribed, and go ahead, click that subscribe button. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button so that we can hit this new milestone, because that is our target for May, to get to 6,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're about 50 something subscribers away. And if we've got 161 people listening to me online right now, if everybody who has not subscribed hits that subscribe button, we will hit the target from just this video alone. So go ahead, hit this subscribe button. But the reason for the number is because the charities in the UK have said that they would not work with platforms that have less than 10K subs. So this is the reason why I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers. It's not just for the vanity of it all. So if you are really intent on helping Harry, or you want us to be able to campaign with all of the other charities that exist in the online bullying and media harassment space, well, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so not to belabor the point for too long, do you know what? If I could but offer any advice to Brooklyn, I would say, if you have not gotten your act together and you are living the life of a gentleman of leisure, don't do that. Do not do that. You are in some toxic company. And when they have gotten over how you look, what you look like, and your family name, you are going to be in some hot soup if you don't have your own source of income. Boy, get your own money, and not just a little money, get some serious money, the type that lets you say, nah, I'm good, when the group chat gets toxic, just the way Harry and Meghan have done. So maybe it's not a bad idea that you went over there. I was thinking to myself, maybe the reason why he went over to have dinner with Harry and Meghan, because it was a meeting of executives, right? So maybe they are planning a next season of Meghan's show, maybe season 3 of Meghan's show, and they're thinking of inviting him and Nicola, or maybe just himself, onto the show. And that's what I was thinking, because the boy is trying to work, he's trying to get his coin, right? So maybe he was over there for business. And then the UK media, as always, have turned this into something that would be, I mean, if the appeal, I suppose, for the project or the reason why they were meeting was not good enough, they will completely wreck the connection just for the amount of publicity and the negative publicity that it has gotten and directed towards Harry and Meghan, who might actually be the ones providing funding or opportunities in this situation. Anyway, while the British media is out here pushing fan fiction, Meghan is out here doing things. Let me ask you guys, how many people have listened to Meghan's latest episode? Give me a thumbs up in the comment section. And If you have not listened to the latest episode, don't forget now. There are a lot of things that are there are a lot of things which are pulling at us from left, right, and center. So go ahead, update your knowledge on the latest episode of Confessions of a Female Founder. I think maybe what I need to do is when I do my recap, I will put a quiz in there. Let's just have fun with it. But obviously, you won't know the answers to the questions unless you go ahead and listen to the episode. So let's just make it a bit fun. I find that the episodes are a bit like therapy, TED Talk, and brunch with the girls all rolled in one. What's your impression of the vibe of Confessions of a Female Founder? And are you still enjoying it? Kylie Jen says I listened. Lossie says I haven't listened to it because I was out of town. Okay, should we do a quiz? Should we do a quiz within the week? I like quizzes just because I feel like it's fun and it's interactive. But you guys tell me what you think. If I get enough people saying you want it, then when I'm listening to the next episode, I will prepare a 5 question quiz um and insert it into one of our videos so that you can have fun with it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. And also, the Sussex birthday fundraiser is still running. I know we have all got a lot on our plates at the moment, and the political landscape is ridiculous. But I think this is one of the ways in which we can just train ourselves to ignore the noise and focus on those things that interest us and not let the scary news of what Trump is doing or what some the British politicians are doing if you're here in the UK. Just focus on the things that give you joy, give you pleasure. And one of the things for me is focusing on standing up for Harry and Meghan in the media or engaging in the activities that the Sussex Squad community is involved in. And right now, they're still trying to raise funds in celebration of the Sussex family's birthdays, which runs from May till July, I think it is. Okay, so they're working with the Assistance League of Los Angeles to support families in need. So if you can, click on the link. I'm going to post it in on my community page after this video. Just go there, click on the link, and make your donation. Easy peasy. I did mine last week, and it was easy. It was simple. It was straightforward. I think the minimum you can give is $5, which is affordable for some. And if it's not, don't worry, don't pressure yourself to do it if you can't afford it. But I'm just saying that to say that the minimum is not super expensive. It is something that a lot of us can still afford to donate. So if you can go ahead to do so, go ahead to do so. Who's this person? Kevin says, do not leave your newborn baby about around Liv Jones. It might come up missing. She looks like that type. Doesn't she? She look at how spiteful her words are. Anyway, so the moral of the story is when even the media starts throwing shade at each other and they start pulling receipts on the British press. That's not a plot twist, that's a reckoning. It looks like the international media, they are so fed up. They are so fed up with the British media. Honestly, they can't stand them anymore. They can't wait until something changes in the UK. Like many a situation that we're side eyeing in the various countries across the world, I think for the British populace, it is their media. Thank you so much, Kevin Stims, for your donation. I really appreciate it. Um, and I haven't seen anybody talking about whether they would like me to do a small quiz on the confessions of a female founder. If you have any thoughts about it, yes or no, let me know in the comments. It's only when I get your comments that I will spend time dealing with it. Otherwise, I will leave it alone. Okay. Let me that's all I have for this evening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks to those people who waited on me when I was running late at the beginning. Sometimes the most ridiculous things happen just as I'm about to come online. All right. Until next time, this is Wheezy signing out. Thanks to my mods, Carly Jen, for being here this evening. Let me see. Okay, you're the only moderator on here this evening. Thank you so much for being here, Carly Jen. Really appreciate it. All right, until next time, this is Wheezy signing off. Bye.